Welcome to Applied English class with Nehemiah. The last time I checked my skin color, I realized I'm a black man. However, if you are a black man or if you are a white man, to speak English language clearly and correctly, this class is for you. We're going to be looking at the English speakers' errors and their correction. English speakers' errors and their correction. We'll be looking at the subject or the topic alphabetically. Today we'll be looking at the alphabet A. In our subsequent classes, we'll be looking at the alphabet B. Now, under the alphabet A, we have words like abbreviation. We have words like assets. We have words like assets. We have words like assets. We have words like accent. We have words like access. We have words like abide. We have words like abridgment. Abridgment and abridgment. The one without the E, abridgment. We have words like advice, advice, and advice, advise and advice. We have words like authoritarian and authoritative. Okay, now these are the words we'll be looking at today. If there is other words that comes in during the class, we will add it to it. So let's look at the first one. What do we understand by the word abbreviation? Now, abbreviation is simply the shorter form of writing a longer word. Abbreviation is simply the shorter form of writing a longer word. And you know we can abbreviate the name of countries, we can abbreviate the name of organization, we can also abbreviate titles. For instance, if you want to abbreviate USA, this is a wrong way or a wrong, on a archaic way, the archaic way or the outdated form of abbreviating the country USA. All right, so the new form is USA. The U must be in capital letter. So to abbreviate USSR. So this is wrong. This is the outdated form. The current form or the recent form of abbreviation of USSR, you are going to avoid the full stop. All right. Now, let's say you want to abbreviate. Nigeria. That's wrong. So we have it like this, or just NG. All right. Now, these forms of abbreviation is the correct form of abbreviation. The former way of abbreviation, or maybe you want to abbreviate an organization, World Health Organization. This is a wrong form of abbreviation. All right. What you write is World Health Organization. So this is the current form of abbreviation. This is the outdated form of abbreviation. So having known that, we look at the abbreviation of titles. Let's say we have a title like doctor. We have professor. Now, to abbreviate the word form or the word doctor, it's going to be DR, and to abbreviate professor is going to be PRO. Now, I want you to look at the spelling of professor, and look at the last letter of the abbreviation. We have the last letter to the F, but the spelling of professor ended in R. So what will come after the abbreviation of professor is a period or a full stop. All right? But for the doctor, look at the last letter of the spelling of the word, doctor. Look at the last letter of the abbreviation, doctor. You notice that there is, the last letters is the same thing. So you are going to avoid the full stop. All right? Avoid the full stop. So let's give you an example. The current president of the dash is dash A USA slash professor Dr. Donald J. Trump. Okay, B USA. Let's add something here. PhD. Donald Trump is a great man. I really love that man. He's a great man. He's doing a great job for the propagation of the kingdom of God. All right, USA. And then we have Professor Dr. Donald J. Trump, PhD. Then C, we have USA, we have Professor Dr. Donald J. Trump, PhD. So lastly, we have D, we have USA, we have Professor Dr. Donald J. Trump. All right. Now, how do you answer this question? All these, the question is based on your understanding of abbreviation, the right use of abbreviation in writing. And if you are in West Africa, Nigeria, you need to understand abbreviation, how to abbreviate properly, because you are expected to see this kind of question in your UTME, all right, in your JAM exam, UTME exam. Now look at this. The current president of the US, the correct form of abbreviating US should be, let me write the answer here. The correct form of abbreviating US is USA. All right, so we're looking at these two options, option B and option C. All right, let's look for option B. Option B, professor, is well abbreviated because the correct form of abbreviating professor is in this form. All right, now doctor. If you are an American, if you are in America today, or you're viewing us from America, you'll find out that the abbreviation form for doctor, permissibly or accepted in America, you're going to put a full stop. This is an American style of abbreviation in American writing. So this is also correct. Professor, doctor for America. This is correct. You can put a full stop for the doctor. You can put a full stop for the professor, Donald J. Trump. If you are going to add credentials, PhD, whatever credential you want to add, you add a comma. Add a comma to it, not a full stop. This add a comma, this add a comma, this is correct, but the full stop is not correct. You add a comma. So this option B is acceptable. Option B is acceptable in American writing. Are you following? Option B is acceptable in American English. Definitely, if you are a Britain or you're from Britain, then we look at option C. We have USA correctly abbreviated. We have Professor good, doctor. Understand there is no comma, there is no full stop. All right. This is the breathing way of writing, or British English. So option C is the British English. Now, what we're trying to say is that option B and option C is correct. But if you are in West Africa, Nigeria, Nigeria has been colonized by the Britain. So what you're going to be using is option C. Why? Because we are being colonized by the Britain. We are making use of British English. So the option C is the correct answer if you are in West Africa, Nigeria. Then for option B is the correct answer if your country is being colonized by the US, or you are in the United States now. So let's look at the next thing. The next thing we have is assets, all those stuffs over there. All right. What do we have? We have the first one. Let me just give it to you from here so it won't take much time. Asset means valuable possession. This thing means valuable possession. What do I say asset is? Asset is valuable possession. Understand that. Then ascent. When we talk about ascent, I want to check the color, my skin color again. And anytime I check my skin color, I realize that I'm a black man. All right. And my accent is not like that of the English speakers in Britain and in the US. See, I speak like an African. I'm a black man. Anyhow. So accent is your pronunciation. It's your pronunciation. That's your accent. Then ascent. Ascent is climbing the peak or the summit of an hill. Okay? Ascent is climbing the summit of an hill, or the summit of the mountain, all right, or the peak of the mountain. All right, so we have the next one is assent. Assent is approval. Approval or agreement, all right, or to agree. All right, access is entry. You need to understand the difference between these things. Asset, assent, asset, assets, assets. You don't understand this thing. Let me give you a question. The committee, write it well now. The committee is frustrated. The committee is frustrated because the chairman has withheld his dash. Now, A, assent, B, assent, C, assess, D, which one again? All right. Let's add another one. Then assess, let's add the other one. Assets. What should be the answer? Check. What should be the answer? When you look at the question, the committee is frustrated because the chairman has withheld his approval. So what's the right one for approval there? It is assent. You see that there? Assent. That's an approval. So let's look at it there. That is option A. So we have assent. Now this kind of question also appear in the UTME. All right, so let's go to the next one. The next one is abide, I think. All right, abide, yeah. Abide Abide can mean two things. Abide can mean two things. And it can mean to stay. It can mean to obey. Now, when you are writing, you'll know which one to use in the past participle form. The past participle form of abide, staying, is abided. Then for, is abode. That is to stay, abode. Then for obey is abided. Okay, abided. All right, so you need to know the difference between the two. Abide can mean stay, abide can mean obey. She abided by the rules and regulation. All right, so she obeyed the rules and regulation. So let's go to the next one. The next one is abridgment. What's the difference between abridgment and abridgment? Now, this is, if you see the word abridgment, it means a shorter version of a longer stuff, or a poetry or a write-up. Abridgment is a shorter version of the whole novel. She gave me the abridged version of the novel. That means the shorter version, the summarized version of that novel. So that's the meaning of abridgment. But over here is the British English. The spelling is British English. Over here is the American English. So the next one we have there is advise. What we have? Advise and advice. Now, one of those is a verb. One of those is a noun. Now, for you to know which one is a verb, I would like to, it's not a rule. It's just what I discovered. You know, verb starts with letter V. All right? So from S, advise, and C, which one is closer to V? S is closer to V. So let's give S and say it's a verb. Of course, it is the verb. And then this guy is the noun. Do you understand now? One of these is a verb, one of these is a noun. The verb form is advise. The noun form is advice. And for you not to cram the answer, which one is verb, which one is noun, understand that the S is closer to V. And then we call this verb. Of course, the other one should be the noun. Now, for the noun, you avoid the use of modal auxiliary verb. Avoid the use of modal auxiliary verb. Avoid the use of have, has, and had. All right? Avoid the use of modal auxiliary verb. Avoid the use of has, have, and had. All right, over here, everything that is not happening here is happening here. So we use the modal auxiliary. It's used the modal auxiliary, and the anomalous have, anomalous verb has, have, has, and had. Let's give you an example. Let me give you a question so you can answer. Let me get another pen. My advice, my dash to you is to refuse the dash of the wicked boy. My dash to you is to refuse the dash of the wicked boy. Definitely, this question is also coming from UTME. All right, so we have this. Number A, advice and advice. Number B, advice and advice. Number C, advice and advice. Okay, let's stop here. All right. Now, what's the answer? Recall, I told you that one is a noun, one is a verb. Now, recall, I told you that the noun form do not attract the anomalous verb. An anomalous verb has, have, and had, and do not attract the auxiliary verb. All right? Auxiliary verb, examples of the modal auxiliary verb. Where will I give you that? So, examples of the modal auxiliary verb, you have would, you have could, you have should, you have wish, you have may, etc. A lot of those. Okay? Now, we told you that the advice, the noun form, do not attract these things. Modal auxiliary or the anomalous verb. Now, we told you that the verb form attracts those stuffs. The modal auxiliary and the have, has, and had. Now, look at this sentence. Do you have a modal auxiliary in that sentence? No, there is no modal auxiliary. There is no could, would, should in that sentence. Do we have has, and had in that sentence? No. So, this is going to be the noun form. So, the answer should be the noun form. This is the noun form advice, and this is also a noun form advice. The answer is option A. My advice, not my advice. My advice to you is to refuse the advice of the wicked boy. All right? But if you want to use the one that has the anomalous verb, you will use the word I wish. I wish, or may I, let me give you, may I dash you. What do you think I will put there? May I dash you. Should it be advice or advice? Now, I told you that this one attracts the modal auxiliary. The modal auxiliary is there, may. So the one to use is advice. This one here, advice. All right, because the verb form attracts all those modal auxiliary. And then to know which one attracts modal auxiliary and no modal auxiliary, let's use this. You know, it's not a rule. It's my own way of learning. Now, we say that the one S is close to V, so we know the verb. We know the noun. We can say that verb is an action word. So with the action, it attracts all the modal auxiliary and it attracts all the has, have, and had. You get that now? So now we'll use the verb form. May I advise you. So let's go to the next one. The next one, I think I've cleaned that up. What do I have here? Yeah. Authoritarian, authoritative. What does it mean by that? Let's give you a question, then I will explain. Tunde's father. Tunde's father is dash. He tells him not to watch television. Okay, now do you use the word authoritarian or do you use the word authoritative? All right, which one do you use? Tunde's father is an authority. Tunde's father is look at this here. Like this. Tunde's father is dash. He tells him not to watch television. Now, is it authoritarian or authoritative? Which one should you use? Now, the word authoritarian means a person that has the ability to coerce, to force another person into doing something that is against their will. I take that again. Authoritarian is a person that can coerce by force another person to do what is against their will. Authoritative is someone that has mastery. He has competence. He has mastery in a given field, in a given subject. Like the Professor Wole Soyinka is an authority in literature, which means is an authoritative literature teacher. Professor Chinwe Achebe is an authoritative or is authoritative literature teacher, all right, or tutor. Now, let's look at that. Now, Tunde's father is authoritarian, authoritative. What should you put there? Tunde's father is an authoritarian, because when we look at this will become, your add over here is an authoritarian. He tells him not to watch television. You get that now? Now, meanwhile, you need to understand the concept. Authoritarian, someone that forces another person into doing what they don't want to do. Authoritative, someone that has a mastery in a subject or in a specified field, in art or in science. All right, I think that's 10. That's all we've got for you in this video. There's still lots under the alphabet A, and subsequent video we will upload that. And if you want to see that, you are always welcome to follow for more. And if this video has helped you at all, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to share. Meanwhile, thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful, great day.